Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Lebanon. It's a nation that is absolutely defined by its resilience, a country that has, like the phoenix of legend, risen from the ashes time and time and again.
And this quote, it really sets the stage perfectly. You might look at Lebanon on a map and think it's tiny, but its history, well, its history is epic, stretching all the way back to the dawn of civilization.
So let's go way, way back. Our story starts thousands of years ago, right on the shores of the Mediterranean, with a civilization that genuinely changed the world, especially how we all communicate. So who were these people? Well, these were the Phoenicians. Operating out of powerful city-states like Tyre and Sidon, they built this massive maritime network. Make no mistake, they were the undisputed masters of the sea, brilliant traders and explorers who really pushed the boundaries of the known world.
Their trade empire was amazing, for sure, but their greatest gift to humanity, it's something you and I are literally using this very second, the world's first phonetic alphabet. It completely transformed communication, forever.
Now, if you look at a map, you'll see why Lebanon's location was both a blessing and a curse. Its strategic position meant it was always going to be a prize, a crossroads where the world's greatest empires would meet, clash, and leave their mark.
And I mean, just look at this list. For centuries, you had a who's who of ancient empires marching through, from the Assyrians and Alexander the Great all the way to the Romans and the Ottomans. Each one left behind a layer, creating this unique blend of cultures, architecture, and identity.
And the scale of that influence, it's just staggering. I mean, take the Romans. They built the magnificent city of Baalbek, and its Temple of Jupiter is still one of the most awe-inspiring monuments from the ancient world.
Fast forward a bit to the Islamic Golden Age, and you've got cities like Tripoli becoming these incredible centers of knowledge. Its library was legendary. We're talking about a collection said to have over 100,000 manuscripts. Just think about that for a second. A beacon of learning for the entire medieval world.
Okay, let's jump forward in time, to the 20th century. The old empires are finally starting to crumble, and out of all that dust and change, the modern state of Lebanon starts to emerge.
So after World War I, the Ottoman Empire is gone. But Lebanon doesn't just get its freedom overnight. Nope. First, it goes into a period of French administration, a mandate they called it, before finally, in 1943, it secured its hard-won independence.
And this new nation was built on something totally unique, but also incredibly fragile. It was a political system designed to balance power between, get this, 18 different recognized religious groups. It was a true social mosaic.
And you know what? For a while there, it worked. It worked beautifully. The capital, Beirut, just exploded onto the world stage. It became this glamorous, vibrant hub for finance, art, and intellectual freedom. People called it the Paris of the Middle East for a reason.
But that beautiful, delicate mosaic we talked about, it was about to shatter. All the tensions, both inside the country and from its neighbors, just boiled over, and the nation plunged into a long, brutal conflict. The Civil War kicks off in 1975, and it doesn't end for 15 long, agonizing years. It was a horribly complicated time, a mix of internal fighting that got even worse as foreign powers used the country as their own personal battlefield. In the conflict, it saw some truly unimaginable horrors. Events like the Sabra and Shatila massacre in 1982. It was a moment that sent shockwaves of just pure grief and outrage around the entire world. And it's out of the ruins and fire of this war that a new, powerful force emerges, Hezbollah. It was born directly from the resistance against the Israeli occupation, and in the year 2000, they did something few had ever done. They compelled a full Israeli withdrawal from southern Lebanon.
Which brings us, finally, to the present day. The war might be over, but the country's trials are far from finished. Lebanon is facing a whole new set of challenges, but it's also where that ancient spirit of resilience is being tested like never before.
I mean, just think about what's happened in only the last few years. You've had a complete economic collapse, fueled by a government that's basically paralyzed. And then the absolutely devastating 2020 Beirut port explosion that literally ripped the heart out of the capital. Any one of these would be a catastrophe. Lebanon faced them all at once.
You know, it reminds me of something the great Lebanese poet Khalil Gibran once wrote. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. And if that doesn't describe the Lebanese people, I don't know what does.
And really, that's the story of Lebanon, isn't it? It's a story of survivors, a culture that just refuses to give up, A nation that is forever, it seems, reborn from its own flames, a living testament to the human spirit's absolute refusal to be broken.
Because the crucial thing to remember is that Lebanon's story isn't over. It's being written right now by its people every single day, and that leaves us all with one huge question. For a land that has been reborn so many times, what will its next chapter be?